We're snooting.
And we're snooting. We got headphones.
We have headphones, wife. Various kinds.
Twitch doesn't have a thing for snoot game, do they? Like an option that you can press.
I don't think so.
Okay.
This one's you.
Thank you. Where did we leave off? Do you remember?
I think there are some feelings and stuff starting to develop for between Anon.
Yeah, they
and that
went to pick a
Fang.
music venue.
Yeah, we met Fang's parents. What's his face? The brother got kicked out of the house.
For like a second or something.
Yeah.
Is there not music? I hear stuff. It's plugged in.
Okay.
Maybe there is no on the music on the front screen.
Maybe. Here's this.
Okie dokie. I don't remember the last question we were. January 6th. What? How do we go backwards? Oh shit, I didn't load. That's right. Squeaky ass.
Squeaky ass, squeaky ass.
Okay. You like anime too, don't you? Power level of fucking.
Fucking weebdom.
Should we say I used to when I was a little, or I've seen a bit here and there? I've seen a bit here and there. Right?
I've seen a bit here and there.
Yeah, there's still no music.
Does it turn? You say you can, but you can hear things though.
Yeah, like when I'm talking, I can hear myself in. Maybe the game just needs to. How long has it been up?
Not very long.
Oh, and then it's not coming out the.
Anything?
Nope.
What the shit?
I don't know. I mean, as long as it's not playing in twice, but still, it probably doesn't sound very good.
Should we close it? Because I feel like that's the best option.
To close the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw it away forever. I had a feeling.
More than a feeling?
No, just a feeling. That's on another plane of existence.
Oh, for goodness sake. Now can't even close correctly?
Maybe we should try to put the stuff over there, because every time it makes like the dunk, 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 dunk. We're trying to be professionals here.
So
Ooh.
I can't even get to my own shit now? Is that what's going on?
Damn.
Okay, baby.
Should we check to see if it's the same levels or whatever?
Like, listen to it on,
No, just look at the voodoo going.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think they're separate enough?
I think they're separate enough. This is gonna get a little closer. We'll be doing alright.
Okay.
Alright, let's try this. So many difficulties. Okay, here we go, babe.
Load. Come on. Okay, I've seen it a bit here and there. Anime.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's amazing. I don't have anyone else I can talk to about it. What's your favorite anime? I love Precure.
Raptor Jesus on his cross of rock. Takes all my strength not to physically cringe.
Oh, what are you? Don't care. What do you like about it? No.
That was gonna be one of the animes I recommended we try to watch when we were looking at all those animes on. There was Precure was one of them, kind of slice of life, high school girls, romance.
Ooh, we should watch it together sometimes. What? He likes Dragon Ball Z? What a bro.
Totally, bro.
I have the box set of every season. We could marathon it over a long weekend or something. Depends, you gonna punish me for being or punish Aiden for being a fucking...
Maybe some other time. I'll just block my calendar for this. Maybe after the heat death of the universe. Anyways, the show isn't for another half an hour.
I wanted to ask you before, what do you think of your fortune? Huh? Me too.
I kind of forgot.
You got the judgment.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Ooh, oh. Well, how would you like another?
I got time to kill. Sure.
Oh, you're not gonna cringe?
She pulls her deck of tarot cards from somewhere. Where the fuck does she hide these things?
It's like the only thing she's hidden.
She's got jeans, don't she got pockets?
Right?
How much stuff have you stuffed in your boobs? Like,
more than a buttload.
I was always surprised. Like, where do you keep that stuff? Just under your tits and your bra?
I think at one point I was able to hide like 4 beers or some 4 glass. What are they
Beer
called?
bottles?
Bottlenecks of 3 or 4 or something like that to bring it into a movie theater.
The long necks.
Yeah. Anyways, I fan out the deck. Okay, take one.
I take one at random and show it to her.
Oh my, inverted empress. You need to be wary about future negligence, Ainen.
The fuck does that mean?
Error. Gotta go, nature calls. See you at the show.
She flees in denim-pissing fear.
Alright.
Well then. What was I doing? Oh yeah! I step up to the stage to see the band's point of view. And then promptly trip.
Ooh, you're gonna get detention and a literal ass whooping for that?
Arg! What the fuck was that?
It's my pussy dragging on the floor.
There's a loose cord over my foot. That's probably not good for the show. I stand up and wipe the dust from my pants.
Ew, dust in where you keep fucking food? All your
Cans of
stock
cheese
full of
balls
chock full of nuts?
Right? Industrial amounts of those little cheese balls.
Ugh.
Trish is the organizer. Right now, she's giving Reed a lecture on why it's probably a bad idea to put carfentanil in the smoke machine.
Really? That fucking hot and heavy, huh?
Hi, Trish! Trish looks over her shoulder, and Reed's face lights up. Can you come here a second?
'Cause he wants that fucking dude to put fentanyl in everybody's fucking breathing air.
Trish sighs, points between her eyes and Reed's, and stomps over to the stage.
I mean, if that's you can boof smoke or you can inhale a carfentanil. I guess that's the gas version of fentanyl. Can you reach the back scratcher?
Yes.
Oh yeah. What do you want, skinny?
I just tripped on one of the wires up here.
Sucks to be you.
Bitch. Should I plug them all in a surge protector so you guys don't fall during the concert?
What? No, of course not. We won't trip. I have that on good authority.
Whose?
Reed's. That's what fucking all the news anchors were saying on fucking 9/11, and turns out now they're all fucking apologizing for being so fucking negligent. Reed's. ...
And you trust his word on something like this.
Even though she's trying to get him to not put fucking fentanyl in the smoke machine. Sure.
Delightful.
Are people so crazy? Yes, people are so crazy. He's the expert on this stuff and all.
Before I can object, Trish turns away and runs after Reed, who is huddled over the smoke machine, pungent fumes wafting from its exposed innards. Well, seems like he got that handled. Trish seemed pretty confident that Reed knows what he's doing with the stage. But Reed obviously doesn't understand cable management.
Ooh, got a save already? We should probably fix the cables, right? Because these people are so dumb.
Yeah.
Isn't that a meme? You are so dumb. Some fucking trashy person. Saved.
Alright.
Oh.
Totally saved.
I guess we'll fix the cables.
Yeah.
Because we want to do that chick, right?
Yeah, we want to do her so bad. We could trip, and then the next thing you know, Fang's being hung. Fucking Robin Williams right there on stage. It could be a serious hazard if I leave them like this. Like a fire hazard or something, I think.
If he doesn't know if those wires are going to be a fire hazard, how is he going to know how to plug them in, where to plug them in?
Yeah.
I mean, was it a cord to a guitar? If the fucking thing isn't plugged into power, then it's not.
Just to say it was a power thing? Was it like fire hazard?
Like an Ethernet cord or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, that ain't gonna cause a fire no matter how much you fucking try.
Well, I mean, you could put gasoline on it, and it's not directly causing the fire, but it is in it.
I'll just put them all on one of Moe's surge protectors.
Who the fuck is Mo?
I don't know who fuck Mo is.
Oh, Mo is the
Problems?
The dinosaur, because they're doing her.
Oh,
uncle.
the guy with the tiny little arms.
Yeah.
And done. Now that that's taken care of, I glance at the pizza-themed clock on the wall. 30 minutes until the show starts. The band is doing one last sound test. Reed's bass drum, bearing another new logo for Verm Drama, doesn't look half bad. Trish has a wicked kicked, a wicked grin on her face, and I can practically see the dollar signs in her eyes.
A lot of people probably are on the internet either live streaming or watching people live streaming and not having babies. Do you think that has anything to do with Twitch and Kick?
Right. Pregnancy kind of things. You're doing it or not.
Yeah, isn't that fucking weird? I can't get that out of my head.
It's probably like porn too.
But when I said Twitch and Kick the other day talking about babies, it took me a second, but I was still like, what the fuck? Why are you like this? Okay.
The next one, dude.
Oh.
And Fang.
And Fang.
And Fang.
Oh,
Fang looks anxious, hands wringing the strap of her hollow body electric guitar. I consider what I'm about to do is extremely stupid, but...
Boop. That. Pussy.
Yeah!
Hey.
Teenage finger bang. Hey! She jumps a little as I step back on stage. Her knuckles are bright white as they strangle the leather strap.
Hey.
The secret is support.
Support.
I offer her my most supportive smile.
Shut up, blank face.
You got this. Most supportive smile. I got no teeth. I got no face. You've got this, Fang.
Don't feel like I do, though. Maybe a kiss in my underwear areas?
Right?
Well...
Let me see your snoot a minute. You do. You've been practicing all month for this. And you've improved immensely since your last gig.
Immensely.
I have complete faith in your ability to play guitar. Don't worry so much. Just don't fret about it.
Ain't in jokes.
You'll be fine. Trish rolls her eyes. Reed's vacant stare has a bit of approval.
At least it wasn't a dinosaur pun this time.
I'm not that unfunny.
You are.
Fucking you! I'm hilarious.
No one thinks that, loser.
Don't you have something to be triggered about?
You can't use that word. That's our word. No, you realize I replaced the N with a TR, right?
Can we go back a loop? I want to Photoshop. She's like doing that. I'm going to get her butt again and have her butt real close to that fucking face. Right.
Tasty pasty.
Oh, just did. Want to see me do it again?
Ladies, please. Shut the fuck up. We've got sweet music to play.
And now he has a shit-eating grin. Showtime!
His best smile was no smile. But he did smile for fucking...
Making fun of that chick. I take my eyes off the stage to get a read on the crowd. Easily, a good 100 people showed up to see Verm Drama. Better than any of us expected. The look on Fang's face when everyone began filtering into the restaurant was priceless. They were on the last song of the night, the bizarrely long name of which I missed.
So they gave fucking, what's her face, Trisha, a guitar, and the rest of them are just boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
That's a little weird. I just gotta ask, why is Hitler riding my bike pretending to be a monkey?
Alright. Reed definitely wrote this one. The band really has improved. As opposed to booing and pointing at the audience, booing and pointing at the audience is
What?
The band really has improved, as opposed to booing and pointing at the audience is listening intently.
As opposed to booing and pointing at the audience is listening intently. Well, it is a free game. However, have some fucking self-respect.
Written by a 4chaner. And nobody has tripped so far.
At 3 in the morning on a...
And now they trip.
Oh, trip the rift.
As
shit,
if
maybe
right
we
on
shouldn't
cue.
have fucked with it.
We have to go back.
Why?
Because I don't want to have the bad ending. I want us to...
It's not bad. We're getting
right.
What we deserve.
Okay.
We're getting our comeuppance.
As if right on cue, half of the lights on stage cut out. Trish strums silently before giving a confused glance at the speakers.
To Tuesday.
Fang fell out of tempo with Reed's drums, stumbling over the end of the song.
Why'd he fuck with it if he didn't even know what he was doing? Why didn't he go ask fucking Bilbo Baggins, the guy who runs the fucking
Moe's Tavern.
Yeah.
It's silent. I begin to clap, followed by several other patrons, including Stella, who looked seconds away from being curb stomped.
Okay.
Rosa is on the other side of the room, too entranced by the music to care.
What music? It all stopped.
Yeah. And the lights went out.
Yeah.
My eyes scanned the room before noticing Trish, the sheer, vehement rage radiating from her, visibly distorting the air around her. Fuck. My jaw aches as I picture myself in Stella's place, courtesy of one pissed off womanlet. Before I have a chance to escape, I hear my one saving grace.
You can't be mad at me, I'm gay.
It's against my religion.
Ainen.
Fang reaches me before Trish leaves the stage, extending her hand for a high five.
We did it. No thanks to that asshole.
Oh no.
What's so wrong? Skinny sabotaged the show. I told him not to touch the wires. Look what happened. She didn't tell me to not touch them. She just said, like, I don't know, fucking, they could be whatever. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter if she said don't touch them. She didn't know what the fuck they were. So, as the manly man with no face that I am, I went through the trouble of...
Cable management.
Yeah, just like that one time I put weird disconnected wires from my first computer. I put them together. And it was not good. Probably breathed in a lot of electrons or something.
I was only trying to help. Trish holds up her hand to my face, waving the other around in a grand gesture.
You ruined the big finale. We missed our chance to make it big. Why is it that only my base cut out anyways? Are you actively trying to ruin us? I told you Ray knew what he's doing. Do you not trust him and I? No. I do not trust you, and I do not trust him because I've seen you make bad judgments over and over again.
And
right?
I ate shit on those wires right before.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you want me to fix these?
You think Mo would like that shit? You could get kicked out. Ooh, my matcha is there, just pissing away. Thank you, husband. And also, she was like, oh, I can't let Reed alone because he keeps trying to put fentanyl in the fucking smoke machine. So, do I trust someone who wants to make everybody high on fucking a bad drug?
Which kills buttloads of people because it's so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's like, fucking do some heroin, why don't you?
Let me aerosol it.
You know, if they didn't make drugs illegal, people could grow their own shit and have, you know, like, the cocaine leaves and shit like that. And people would probably be satisfied enough with the more pure drugs. And they wouldn't have to, it's the pharmaceuticals and fucking that kill more people. And of course, when regular drugs are cut with all the things that they are, it causes even more fucking trouble than, you know, having this weird black tar shit going in your veins anyway.
Everybody smoke a bunch. Probably some people grow a little bit of opium.
Yeah. Smoke opium, eat weed.
If you're
drink a beer.
If you're doing what we think you should be doing, farming and doing all that stuff, you're not gonna be hooked on fucking opium.
No,
you gotta
be too
fucking
busy. This fucking lackadaisically fucking world we live in, forcing you to be this way. It's like, oh, why don't you go fucking live on a farm? Doesn't work. Bill Gates is gonna set that shit on fire while you sleep, you know?
Yeah. No more chicken nuggets for you.
Fucking everything's ridiculous. Sorry, this match is good. Do you not trust him and I?
Tears trickled down her sweat-glazed face.
I don't give a shit. Is Fang really the only one here you care about? Okay, so first it was, you don't give a shit about her, I'm on to you. And now I have to like you even though you fucking hated me, or, you know, us, because we are Ainen. We exist too, you know.
Do you?
She is a hypocritical bitch. Listen, how about we start fresh right now, and I'll tell you exactly why I don't fucking like you, and then you could tell me why you don't like me. Then let's try to like each other. If that's what you want, let's get to fucking liking each other. But we gotta be fucking flat out.
This hypocritical bitch. The sharp words cut right through me.
Geez, Trish, the show went great. Our first good concert. The crowd actually clapped this time. Thanks to him. What does that even mean? Emotions.
I didn't do it on purpose.
And these are the same stupid ass emotions that you can see in like people that have power over other people's lives. Never mind like a mother and a father, but fucking warlords and fucking CEOs. They have that same stupid fucking mentality.
Yeah, I could have done better if it wasn't for you.
Mm-hmm. Everything is about me.
Even though you deserved it. Before she could interrogate
Say it out loud.
Further,
say what you mean. Be a fucking man.
Fang grabbed Trish on the arm.
Trish, didn't you say you wanted to set up our merch? Oh, why'd you go play a little merch over there? Be a little cashier, give you a little cashier machine, beep, 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 beep. That's $5.55.
Trish winces, then gives a begrudging sigh, lowering her accusatory finger.
She was just sitting like this for fucking...
But crying.
Ugh, you aren't worth it. Ain't worth what? All this fucking confusing behavior. But it's... The person who wrote this definitely captures some of that fucking chaos and confusion. I don't talk like, oh, what are you doing with writing this story? Is just trying to... a thought experiment, you know, being if I was in the situation.
Do you want to save so we have this progress? but go back and choose a different thing and see what the difference is, then come back to this.
Okay. Fuck it, why not? We'll just do it here so we remember.
Okay.
Okay, so load.
Yeah. Should I do this?
Yeah. Fuck it.
Reed may not understand cable management, but then again, neither did I.
Oop.
I guess you gotta do the clicks.
Oh, we didn't even have to load. We could have just pressed back a bunch, but that's...
Probably better to let sleeping fossils lie. Now that's taken care of, I glance at the pizza theme clock on the wall. Alright, 30 minutes to show starts. They're doing their stuff. It doesn't look half bad. I choke. Bang.
Bang, bang. Hey, girl.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah,
She's
blah.
all... Hey.
What's going
Oh,
on?
hey. Support. Where's that smile? Empty face?
Go get triggered.
I'm not all funny. What?
I was gonna take that.
I want to get the sugar at the bottom! That's our word.
Got sweet music to play. Okay, they're playing still. That's it. Gotta ask about Hitler being a monkey on a bike or something. They've really improved with bad English. At 3 a.m.
In the afternoon.
They hang on to their pose.
Oh shit, and now is... So nothing went wrong.
No. Actually cheering this time. Oh, that would have been... the hard work has taken its toll on the three, giving them varying degrees of perspiration. Sweat is trickling down Fang's forehead. Trish has gone from an afro to dreadlocks, and Reed is providing the restaurant with a nice ocean scent.
Ugh.
Fang finishes with a flurry of strumming on her fretboard.
Willy willy wah. Little Trudon. Hey. Crowd's approval is obvious, even in the makeshift mosh pit. Damn, people are still like... Rosa's doing something. I don't see any blood. Ainin.
Oh, we missed out on hugs.
Damn.
We tried to help and we missed out on hugs.
What are they trying to say? That we do something and we're thrust into this confusing world and we gotta pay the consequences? That's not how games are supposed to be. That's not how life is supposed to be.
Fang wrapped her arms and wings around me and kept rocking back and forth.
Oh, they loved me. They really loved me.
I tune out the alarms screaming in my head and hug her back.
Is that what it's like? Please comment down below. Is it like alarms screaming for other people?
Yeah, do you feel awoogas?
Are these... It seems like bad ones. Like, he's like, I just want to kill her, but I'm gonna drown it out to not kill her. I think we've been talking about that once. Craven boy, you laughed.
Sounded like Winston from the other day.
Yeah, and we even made the comparison. So it's like, hey boys, do you feel a desire to kill women? It's okay if you do.
We know that because there's billions of people. We're not all doing it, so.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, kitty.
Maybe it takes some, and to not kill them just shows mental fortitude or whatever. Damn, I feel bad that we don't.
Her wings are just as soft and huggable as they look.
Oh man.
Fang's beak settles against my cheek, the warm scales sliding smoothly up and down against it. This is nice.
This is nice.
I become aware of my hands, planted firmly on the small of Fang's back and pressing her closer to me.
Ooh. Man, he's really stepping up. Like, she probably loves that, and being a female myself, no. Press yourself up against me, Craven boy.
Beneath my splayed palms is soft, warm, and drenched in sweat. I find that I don't really mind the slickness.
Not hers, anyway.
Come on and get down with the slickness.
Damn, I don't know if I can go back now. I mean, we have the ability to not do that. See, that's the thing about rules. There are guidelines from a yesteryear to follow, but also be moldable with. And I feel like people don't do that because that's too much thinking. You know?
Yeah.
What's up?
I was thinking maybe I could do that there.
Yeah, why not? I miss you, Craven.
Does that make the?
Just a little bit like this. Maybe a little bit like this. It's kind of. It's better than being completely on its up vertically.
The trials and tribulations of fountain pens.
Yeah. I forgot what we were talking about with this though.
Rules. You're talking about rules.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think people make themselves stupid with rules. Make you stupid. Experiences.
The rules, which is the laws of man, right?
Yeah, I mean you can't. The rules that people make up, the rules of man they're all stupid.
There's the rules of gravity, and that.
Yeah, well they can't. They can only serve to.
Gravity doesn't make us stupid, so just.
Yeah, how would it? How gravity make us stupid?
How weird! A thing that exists, no contradictions.
Yeah. That's just the way it is.
Does that mean it's a truthful thing?
Yeah. When there are no contradictions? Yeah. People, every second, if you say, these are my rules, right?
Uh-huh.
At some point in the past, because when you say it, when you tell somebody to read the rules, as soon as they read them, that shit's in the past.
Just read rules like a Second Life.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking about. And somebody has a discrepancy about it or whatever, and you don't go back and just think about it, or even take any time to consider those rules at any point on your own. It's kind of like you're putting yourself at a disadvantage because there are always arguments to rules. There's always things that end up not working and you have to change them. When's the last time a law hasn't been fucking passed? Or an amendment to a law, whatever, hasn't been fucking... Oh, we're just doing the best I can at any given moment, but they didn't take that opportunity before something needed to change it.
Yeah.
Before it needed to be changed.
Yeah, it's all retroactive.
Yeah, living retroactively is like the stupidest way to live. It makes me so fucking angry.
Well, that's government.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
And look how stupid it's made people. We're watching that thing. Well, that's the rules. You better. Our rules are you fucking get on your knees and do something fucking degrading, or we don't want to talk to you. It's like it just creates these like gangs. That's all men are just making up rules for each other. And now that it's not so much about beating each other up and sensing who's the bigger one, it's using a different dimension of that. Not just beating up, but words. I'll use words and the way. How do you have like hockey games or basketball games, football games, sports without rules, without the voice that when the cats play, the only rules really is we'll do this until somebody's like, hey, you know, you've crossed the line.
Yeah, one of us will say when there's something we don't approve of.
Yeah. That doesn't happen with rules that are spoken. It's just you do this or you don't play with me. And that turns into just violent beheadings.
Awesome.
Fang? What?
I was gonna say, did you want to read the line of it? You did it. I feel like I could stay like this forever.
There is a rule written in Aiden. There are rules written inside everybody. And they change whatever. His rule is when he's in certain situations, his body does, what is it called? What did he call it?
You got alarms.
Alarms. That when something happens to him, in a something certain happens to him, or what's the word I'm looking for? Something.
There's some situation.
Yeah.
That involves girls.
Yeah, his alarms go off. But instead of just following the rules, it's like listening to that alarm and start reading about it, which is what everybody does every time alarms go off with them. He's in the moment, and that's kind of cute. That's really nice. It's almost gonna make me want to cry. I hope they both can grow from this instead of just losing it like everybody. That's why divorce, because they don't hold on to the moments and find out what the whys and hows of making it so.
When we first got together, we hugged and we fit together, just lock and key. We were hugging on your bed one time.
Yeah, I remember.
And I think I said almost those same words.
Yeah, I remember.
I think you were like, why are you hugging me so long? Is everything okay? Yeah. This is just the best feeling.
I hate how corrupted I got from everybody that I interacted with before you. Because I couldn't give you all of me, and I felt myself struggling to try to even know what giving you all of me looks like, and it sucks. The world is so dirty and fucking damaged that I couldn't enjoy that hug too. I couldn't sink into you, I guess, the way you could sink into me. if my friend, my lady friend that I talked to today, if she isn't going for the person, walking towards the person who made her feel like that in the beginning, like we've made each other feel like in the beginning, then, like, what's the point? Is I'm just holding on, and there was always such a. I kept saying to her, like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you feel that I can just tell you things that I think I know?" Because there was such like a pushing me away, pushing everything away. This doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. But I'm trying to be happy, but I'm not moving towards my boyfriend's direction. It's
the
like
father of my child.
Yeah. It's like not. Maybe she just doesn't expect enough. Because from the beginning, I expected, if I'm going in this direction, I have to expect certain things from you, and I have to expect certain things for myself. That is like the brain glue. But she doesn't expect anything from him, and she doesn't expect anything from herself. Because she's not moving in that direction. When you move in that, you have to know that you're moving, you have to have expectations. I definitely almost feel like just everything I said is just attacking me. I was like, oh. And I don't know what to say when somebody says something bad happened. And there are reasons that I've seen, you know, perhaps, I don't want to say, oh, I'm so sorry, this sucks, whatever. It's like, okay, let's think about things. Like, hey, your fucking lifestyle is really hectic, so maybe if, now that it could be less hectic, or maybe if how is, what's his face supporting you and stuff like that. Those are the things I'm interested. I can't, oh, you poor thing, you know? Or like, what do it's like people expect me to just, or expects everybody to be like, oh, I'm so sorry.
To be wallowing in it with them is...
Yeah. But it's almost like my brain automatically goes, where can I be that pulls you out of it, because I don't want to go down there.
Yeah.
It's not just running away, oh, well, that really sucks, bye.
No, you're not jumping in that muck.
Yeah, there's no reason to. But still, showing that I care by, you know, just not just goodbye.
Yeah, not walking away.
Not even walking away from like the oh, so anyway, you know,
yeah.
My day was hell too.
Yeah, they're in the quicksand of bad feelings and bad thinkings, and they want you to be there too.
Yeah. Everybody sees what I do as like, you're making me panic more. It's like, well, you have to do the work. The work, you can't just ignore things. If something is happening that's wrong with me on my inside, ignoring it is just pretending, because that shit is there. The only thing you could fucking blah 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 blah, blah about it, or you can talk about things to do to understand the language that's being used when you go to the doctor about it, to talk about fucking how the body works, and like those are positive things, and people take it as negative things. So just get off my back kind of shit.
Those are the things that make the alarms. What the fuck do I do about this?
Yeah.
Go away. Right?
They set them off even more. but they're on already. It's you're going from I'm ignoring it to, or I'm trying to deal with all my life and not think about this thing, even though it's constantly on the head, to telling someone else about it and going, but it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, to what? What's the next step? Those other things are bad, and if you have to work a little for the good thing, then so be it. There's devastation, where you just can't get out of your catatonic, and you can't just go to a person who's fucking catatonic and going, okay, let's just get up, you know?
Yeah.
But someone who's going, it's okay, I mean, it's whatever. It's like, you're driving at least 55 miles per hour and you're panicking.
Not making good decisions.
Yeah. Well, maybe making good decisions, maybe not making good decisions. Who knows? But, like, it's a lot to process, and you gotta give people chances to do that. And then to, you know, let's talk about something good regarding that. And, like, that milk shit is really serious. Ooh, you are wet.
Yeah, and she, from what little I heard, she wasn't too interested in trying that out.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you eat organic, but what is good food? You don't even know what electrolytes are. Or whatever enzymes. I wonder, if I was like, hey, what's an electrolyte? How do you get electrolytes? Oh, because salt is like conductive, and when it touches water, and we operate on that, you know? It's just a little weird. Well, whatever. It's all good. I'm not panicking. Like, to be in that situation with everything's driving, everything's going really fast, but then, like, the words don't have the time. And also, I don't think she realizes that there is such a thing as empathy. It's not like, oh, you know, that's where people compartmentalize those feelings. When she was telling me about her day with her dog or whatever before she gave it up to someone else, like, I was in tears. And there was no good, and she said something like, tell me I did the right thing. And I was like, I'm still dealing with the fact that, you know, that I have put myself in this situation to see what I would do. Never mind telling you that you did the right, you know? It's like, she and no one understands the power of thought. That when you don't put thought into the things that you do, you're not happy. You think you control something, but you don't. And it takes work, and sure, you could be unhappy. You're going to be a little bit unhappy for a while because you want to pretend to be happy. But as soon as you fucking get over that hump and see how you were just pretending the whole time, forcing it, it's like being happy is work now.
Yeah.
And now you have to...
Life is work.
Yeah. But this happiness is not the good kind of work. Because what happens when, say, for example, I I get my happiness from my kids. And then everything has to be, what was I gonna say? Man. Certain things that you expect from other people. If I'm a good person or whatever because this thing brings me joy, now everybody, I have to make sure that it's a militant thing. Instead of observing who you are and just knowing, what's best. I feel a little bit intimidated when she's like, oh, kids, or my kid, and I'm like, I don't even know if I'm gonna feel that way. So there's an imaginative physical pull, because that's just the way to describe it, but there is a feeling that is going on the inside when people do and say certain things that that aren't like second nature to me or first nature or whatever, but apparently it is to them. It's like, okay, so are you a different kind of human than me? These aren't the thoughts that you had, so where do you get? And you can feel it's like cult, that pulling you in, the love bombing and the telling you what things are. That cult shit is like everywhere. I can feel if somebody has an opinion about something, and you can watch them disagree with you about this and that, or like expect you to feel the same way and get like, what are you talking about? If you don't agree with them, you can feel a pull in your brain, and like the whole loving someone to make you feel good is questionable to me. Loving a child, like getting all your joy from your child, but not getting the joy everywhere. It feels like when that baby grows up, they are going to be at odds.
If you build like models, car model, airplane, whatever, if you do it, when you're done, if you're good at it, you can appreciate it. You got a pride. There's good feelings with that.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to try to give that to your kid. Look, here's something you accomplished. You made it look the way you wanted. You put it together. Try to.
Yeah.
If you don't experience that, then how are you going to get the joy of your kid experiencing that?
That makes so much sense to me right now. 'Cause what do we have kids for? What did she have a kid for? It's almost like a black hole of negative energy. Because, hey, watch out for these tootsies. She didn't expect. And there's this, oh, I love you, you're so cute, but when she gets older, like, what is her daughter? What is her meaning of life? What is the daughter's meaning of life?
What? Because she was conceived unexpectedly?
Not just conceived unexpectedly, but it's a piece of the puzzle. I wasn't expecting you, so there isn't a value that I put into life for another. I've been busy even dealing with, because with the lady, your first problem if you're single, is man, regardless of what anybody fucking says, it is an instinctual thing, whether we deny it altogether or we just deny it power in our brains.
Yeah.
We have to always compensate, like flying a plane. You always have to compensate for fucking gravity and wind, and it is there. Everything is two. We belong together. So with that in mind, there's not a God damn it. There's not a state of kismet in that part of your balance, equilibrium in that part of your life. So there is no, well, what is life for? To do your job until you die? Be happy? Like, it goes really deep. It's too hard to just be like, oh, listen here, friendo. You don't give a shit about your daughters, you know?
Yeah.
She's decided, which some people would think that that's more powerful. I will decide to make you, but the force behind it doesn't have all the ingredients. It's like, I decided to make a cake, but I didn't decide to understand what components make up a cake. So, what components make up a cake, or what the
elementary ingredients?
No, I'm talking your analogy. You said it's like building a model plane, so it's kind of we've reached that similarity
we're
now.
Making the cake.
Yeah, or building the plane.
The kid won't enjoy the baking process if you don't enjoy the baking process. Because make a cake is cool. You want the kid to learn how to make a cake, and if you don't give a fuck how the cake is made, how is the kid really gonna care how the cake is made well? You know, that enjoyment, that doing the right thing, and this is what a cup of flour feels like. You know, there's things to gain,
and there's reason first. There's reason to even, like, what if she grows up and says, why was I even born? You know? Why did you even have me? What is life? These kids are gonna ask these fucking questions. Unless they've become fucking animals, like what's-his-face's kid, that just fucking climbs on things and almost seemingly intentionally falls over. Fucking grabbing cats by their ears, swinging them around. Those are a lot of missing ingredients. There's no purpose to it. So if you give it purpose, say, it's love. I made you, so I want to be held responsible for you, and I'm gonna hold on to that. The things that make it like life, as opposed to just doing something that I decided that I don't understand, there's a force behind. Sorry, I get distracted with every little thing. There's a force behind it to know, to know more, Tom know more, than if you didn't have this force, because this force is discovered through thinking about things, and understanding things, and gaining the knowledge, and gaining the wisdom, and kneading the dough. There's a heavy, heavy, heavy feeling of, like, my mother. Not so much I don't think my mother wanted to be independent, but, like, all of her opinions was very, like, I was I just wanted to love you, and, you know, you were supposed to be my best friend, and, like, is that what she's going for? What's the point of kid? Why did my mother have me? You know?
Yeah.
There's more of an understanding that we can have now, that we should have now. And she works with fucking people with drug problems. Drugs exist because of this question. They were inevitably because we're always inevitably gonna have this question, but who am I? What am I? What's my purpose? Blah, blah, blah. Why was I born into this world that I don't like? There's all that hurt there that may not be physical, which, I mean, thousands of years ago, even now, being like a slave versus just having like first world problems or something. Like a physical slave pain, your name is Toby type shit. To the pain inside, there's a similarity to it. There may not be that beating me to show me that I'm your property on my body, but there's that, if you were doing that, I would have the same shit going on the inside of my brain. There's still that reaction of the physical pain, even if it's without the physical pain, you know?
Yeah. The pain thing, you talked about, it's one source.
Yeah. It's the new thought. It's the brand new thought. Not really. It's just the prominent thought right now. Because everything is fucking painful. Everything is fucking painful. So it's like you bring a kid into the world to what? Do the same shit? Be fucking single in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, beyond? Have a kid that, you know, what are you gonna hang out with each other? One Tree Hill or whatever, that girl and the mother-daughter thing, and they're all hey, let's talk really quirky to each other.
The Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, fuck that. Such culty shit. Is it to love? Right? You love her. How do you teach her love? Because if it's teaching her love by giving her love, that's a cult. To not be able to witness it from afar, mother giving love to husband to show healthy relation. This is how you were born. This is your essence. So if a child doesn't have that third eye, bird's eye view or bug's eye view of love between the people that created the child, that's something that's meant to be there. It is there, just like whatever else I was talking about before, because it's a potential. And also, hold on. It's a potential way to think, so it's opened that space for what fills this space. I come from these two people. What does that mean? What does that mean with bigger picture? You gave me life. I suffer. Every kid that I've ever known has gone through this. You have born me to make me suffer. If they don't got any other examples... And it's not gonna be something else because of the things that people avoid, like my friend, that I just want to be happy instead. What does it matter?
Leave me alone until I die.
Leave me alone until I fucking die. But you're scared of assist? Let me assist you, motherfucker. Sorry. I love you, friend, but...
Pizza.
It makes me... Ugh. Like, you gotta start with bad news first. It's like, look, I'd like to tell you that I regard you as retarded. There's... every decision, you have to wake up. Right now, you have to decide to take one of these different colored pills. Or there's a thing in one hand, a thing in the other. Pick one of these things. Because she's not doing what she... I have the power to control myself. So that means I have the power to determine what these things mean. To myself, to everyone. And you can see it in the way everybody fucking talks. You know? That there's this knit set of rules. Like, don't do this, don't do that, don't...
Yeah.
This isn't funny. Just let me fucking... leave me alone until I die. So this is the way I think, and I'm hearing her. I love her, but, you know, I've distanced myself enough to survive without him, or to not, sorry, what was I gonna say? That I can, my heart won't stay here when I go. And so what does that turn you into? What effect does that have? If there are multiple ways to deal with that situation, but only one way that doesn't fracture yourself?
She's making a void.
Yeah.
Preemptively filling it full of bad energy when...
That hurt has to be there. If there's hurt there, you can't just fill it with happy. It's corrupting the fucking happy, and you won't know what fucking happy is. And I know people create these patterns. They say the same thing over and over and... I'm stuck in a loop. I'm stuck in a loop. I'm stuck in a loop.
Can you be happy with regrets?
If you justify them, but, you know, never, like, really happy?
Yeah.
No.
So.
Because you're obviously spending time thinking about it. Even if there's nothing to regret, there's nothing I could have done, you can still, survivor's remorse or whatever. It's regretting that you didn't die with everybody else. Fuck that shit, but there is that pain there. You can never, if your brain says something that hurts, it's gonna be there forever. And hiding it is just making life worse. Then what do people do? They'll fucking explode.
Usually in a storm of bullets.
Could be bullets, could be a fucking Walmart bag over your head. But it's as if someone loves their kid. They would want to know how to love them best. Love for your kid is not what you gain from them, but what you're willing to give them.
Okay.
If what you're giving your kid is everything of yourself, that would mean your actions have to be based on what's best for your kid. Not a fucking attitude.
Not a bumper sticker.
Not a bumper sticker. It isn't... It's working to become something that they can look at from a third... From a bug's eye view. Where people hurt each other a lot. And where people know that this is where the bad people know to point right here. This is the weak spot. That when you involve yourself in another person's life, your direct contact with them, you can see, you know, where your influence is and isn't. When you know where your influence is or isn't, is when the person pushes back, for example, like, you are not influencing me, and then it becomes like, am I influencing you to, is my goal to make you angry or something? You know, there's lots of, but with a child, you're influencing them all the time.
Yeah, you made them. It's...
What is the best way to interact with that child then? To try to influence them the best. How do we know what's the best? Because we see what happened. How do you scold a child? You talk directly at them and you make sure that they know they did a bad thing. Right?
Yeah.
So already influencing someone by directly talking to them is already has a bad check mark. Or bad point. Children are receptacles. Oh. There are ways, obviously, that you have to talk to them. They need to know, you know, like human interaction. What if you showed them curiosity or something? Because I'm going to be curious as hell. If it ever happens, you know, like touching fucking toes and stuff, or like little fingers. It's like, what is this thing? So when somebody, so there are two, just like there are two places you exist at the same time. There's two places that a child interacts with a singular person. It's when that person is talking directly to them, or when the child is watching that person in life. So her child is watching her not have very good relationships with all the attention's going to her. I don't know what that does, but we've seen it kind of happen. Or we've seen weird incident, that one kid that would just fall off of things and
Yeah.
spin cats around by their tails. He got a lot of, like, forward attention. At least that's what we saw when we were there. I don't know how often it's... But I would imagine in her life, too, with that fucking guy and, you know, all the chaos of that life, that she probably went, oh, I love loving you, you know? This makes me... You have to work to show the best Bug's Eye view of you. Do you have to work to show when you're directly talking to a kid? Or is it just enjoying the time? Is it solely just enjoying the time?
You're talking about this lady's example?
No, just everybody's, I guess. Of course, you have to do stuff for them, like wash them and feed them and shit, but...
Is it enjoying the time, or...
Is it enjoying the time, or is it doing work to make sure that they're getting the best out of the situation?
Oh, it's enjoying the time. I think. I mean, that's... There's a selfishness there that's... in the action.
I'm sure there's got to be some. But I've noticed there's... I don't know. Maybe it's just me. There's always been like a having to work to get enjoyment out of the time. Or else I would just be a fucking witch. You know? There's always been a balancing that I felt I needed to do, and it's like nobody sees that there's a balancing act happening. It's just kind of happening outside of their control.
Maybe they experienced it once at some point and got beaten out of them in some sort of manner.
I don't know, because that balancing thing...
You eventually cross a line where...
I think that's how it becomes visible. You cross lines and then see where the line between you and everyone else exists. And then you start playing with it, but it never stops happening. You always got to make... People tend to like make it, I'm gonna be this kind of person. I'm gonna be pushy, or I'm gonna be someone who tries to stay away, be agreeable. Whatever the case may be. And a lot of that balancing, it's like these autistic kids today. That's a problem that they have, because that's a problem that people before us had. That balance of like what is person. It tends to be culture.
Yep.
It's either your culture, your religion, or your fucking politics. Not many people, despite, you know, the fucking crazy internet, not many people have any of those. They just kind of do what they do, and it's fucking whatever. They have their but they allow all three of them to pop in when someone more powerful than them tells them to do it. Or they kind of, hide it. And you don't even know that it's happening. In those places, nobody knows how to exist together. Nobody knows the reason for existing together. There's expectations. Like, oh, love is just a thing. Oh, love isn't a thing. What if, because it exists, you can say it is and it isn't a thing? Maybe you gotta do the fucking work, retard. It's not just about falling in love or whatever. Here's the thing with friend that I have trouble grasping. Husband, her husband, she said she never felt the spark for him. Current boyfriend, she got that spark. And that's why she doesn't regret leaving husband. We didn't love each other. Something blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, I'll take your word for it because I don't have the same feelings as you. I didn't have the same feelings as you, even though I think that everybody is the same. At their core, they're the same, and it's the decisions that we make that fracture, or the decisions that people before us made that fracture us into a bunch of different weird things, and now people want to make up their own fucking words and shit to describe themselves. So, already, like, it's just a theory, so let me just fucking... So, if that love, what does it mean? Protect that love, right? And we were talking and, trying this, doing that. It's been good. Not really getting... It's whatever. Having, like... It seems so difficult to know. And the way she says it is like, we're trying, but things are so busy, so the implication is we don't have time to do it, so we don't really do it. So the work isn't being put into, the effort isn't being put into coming together and interacting with the child together.
Yeah.
Which is what I assume, because they could be doing that all the time, getting to know each other while they do that. They don't, when it's one-on-one, it's, you get all the attention. When there's three people, the baby can watch you have conversations with the person they don't have to be the center of attention all the time. That probably fucks kids up more than anything, because the hierarchy of adult to child is completely fucking narrowed and zeroed out. Because that's probably what happened to him. I would imagine he had a weird mother, right? But those are stories. Who knows for real? I would have to collect data that, or watch somebody who collect data, and then watch a couple more people who collect data and find out where they got their data from. And fucking, I ain't learning Latin, that's for fucking sure. Anyway. So there's, like, I don't know, all this stuff is, I forgot, like, where the...
Your friend wasn't doing these things. So she's not having the relationship which is best for the kid.
Oh, yeah. But then, Oh, she said to me today, I didn't want to ask you some question because I think she used, I was afraid that you'd get, or something like that, get upset, or that you wouldn't want to answer it or something. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to talk about it, but, you know.
Yeah.
Always fucking, why not ask? And it's like, are you like, it was kind of like insulting to me, because it's like, I know how people work, but it's time to get smarter, you know? Are you implying that I would get upset, that I am the type of person to get upset when, like, I don't want you,
Are they worried that you would... And what's the result of being upset? Are they worried about that they would make you cry? That you would get mad at them?
That's what I'm wondering. And it's like, if I do get upset, that's okay, because if we're close, that's just what's gonna happen. It's not like I haven't cried a million times, fucking... Just thinking about crying sometimes makes me want to cry. Because there's a lot of hurt. Well, love again. It's like, I don't know. Do stuff. Doing what's best. Oh, there's so much.
So we can see that she is not doing what's best for her kid, right?
Yeah, and that's not to criticize and say
that she's an awful fucking person.
Yeah.
There's an objective. This is the best thing to do, right?
Yeah.
And she's not doing it.
But it's not just not doing it. It's not moving in that direction. Being pulled in the complete opposite direction. And it's like, if that's how come things are not getting better. If you go through life without understanding or trying to find an understanding to the relationships in your life and who we are and what relationships we're meant to have, and the holes, the caverns that exist inside of us and how they get filled, then your child's gonna have the same problem. She said, we're trying, but also, that
she's distanced herself enough to be okay without his...
Not just that, but she said nasty things as well, she said. So it's like, not only is he saying him being an idiot, but her not putting in an energy that's necessary for every part of life. Just some introspection. Are there things... Start from the beginning, because everything has... It's not just, well, this and that and that and that, and justifying it any way you want. There's an order of fucking blame. Things have origins where a starting point, one, is the ultimate blaming number, because it's the reason for all the other numbers. Because there is one thing, there are all the things. There's an order of operation, Yeah. If, in this game, in the Snoot's game, he trips and breaks flowers or whatever.
Uh-huh.
He is to blame that he's the reason that those flowers are ruined. But because this isn't just... This is human life. If he falls, if he trips... What, are you gonna do that to someone with, like, multiple sclerosis? You know, you're gonna, if they trip, you're gonna fucking beat them up to have them pay for...
Right, then you have to come back here and you have to plant, and...
So...
I'm gonna treat you like shit for smashing these flowers.
I guess... If I could... ask her now. How come it doesn't just start with you? You know? Choose to be or not to be. And walk in that direction. Pick something to do. It's not, oh, well, we're trying, but also I get nasty with him as well. Why does the nastiness stop with you? At least that, you know?
Excuse me, wife.
The thingy. Okay. Trisha's here now, so there's no more love. I think so. We could go back. Hello, Fang. Fang suddenly flinches, and I get a split-second view of a purple hand on her shoulder. Her face is beet red, and the warmth in my own cheeks tells me I don't look far behind. Trish looks like she's sucked on a lemon, and with how twisted her face is. The tiny Triceratops pulls Fang out of my hands. And I can picture my fist twisting that horn right off her face. Hey, Socrates. Look at you. Being a sweet boy. You want to come up, sit on my lap? Sit on Grandpa's lap. There's a little bit of room for you. You want this? You want this? OMG, are you freaking pooping? Hey, sweet boy. Socrates. Why are you ignoring me? I don't talk to you enough. Hello, Socrates. Might you come up to my... from whence I am? Hey. How's it going?
It's going better now that I'm back in the room with you.
I appreciate that question.
What question? Do you appreciate?
Yeah. Because I gotta think about that, and it felt good, because that was the reason. Hello. Fuck these fucking dirty ass paws.
Really? Ugh.
If I don't
Take a
do that
bath.
fucking twice daily fucking sweeping.
I get something that makes the shit a little bit easier.
I was sorry.
Go ahead.
I was wondering if you wanted.
What kind of snack?
Well, I was thinking about popcorn and hot dogs.
Popcorn and hobnobs, eh? More milk would be nice. I think I do want to go pee now. Huh?
Alright.
Do the BRB.
Yeah.
You want this?
Ah.
I'm supposed to be pressing a button, maybe?
Yeah.
Or doing this?
That. And, the other button. So anyway, you're trying to get to your point about your friend.
Help me. Because it always feels like...
The
answer is so simple, right? Just start moving in a different direction because you're moving in that direction. I'm not saying that people like my friend should change everything that they're doing right now. It's just flipping the script a little bit. Because in the present, I'm listening to a thing that, when said in a different light, can be more uplifting. Nothing changes overnight, but it's opportunity, you know, like when you say I can't do this, or, you know, it's like doing the negative thing. The arguing and the... Help me, I'm trying to think of a good example so I don't say a whole bunch of things. Or how, what it is, basically. A different way than saying it's a pole shift.
Cans to cans.
What? Cans to cans?
Cans to cans.
Oh, yeah, but that's like an example. It's like whatever you do the best, and the best isn't... You can't find what's best, you can't move in a good direction if you hide from things. Like, just trying to be happy. Just leave me alone until I die. Anybody who, you know, talks about problems in the world, they're not having they keep doing the negative thing as well, instead of looking for ideas or just talking in a way that you can agree with each other or understand each other in a fundamental way, and not just, oh, I understand you're a cuck or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Conversation.
Finding that person's kinetic identity as a potential identity in you. Like, what would happen if something like this happened to me and I were to make this decision? And that's why there's war in Israel and Palestine. It's all, I am a separate identity from you. It's not that, oh, we're both, I'm trying to take out an enemy for thousands of years. It's like, hey, you survived thousands of years. Why don't you start, I don't know, celebrating that? I'm still alive, not look at all these people who died.
For example, looking backwards, being in the past. Not looking at where we are now and where we're going.
Yeah. Where do you want to be in 50 years? How do you get there? What's the path? What's the path you're taking? Just look at the path you're taking. And maybe there's other ones to take. And how does that make you feel? Well, spend some time with that. Just to me, like with the... I don't know if that's the best way to say it. people aren't who they think they are. They have a concept that people have shown them since they were born, love or hard work or what it means to be a freaking human. What does it mean to be a human? When there are people who will answer that question, it's like, oh, I'm a slave until I die. Everybody says the same shit. So let's not be fucking slaves until we die anymore. And the way my friend was talking, that's all I heard. There's always two languages going on at the same time. What a person says and what it means in the bigger context.
So basically, you think it's down to two choices? Either you're being proactive, or it's shut up and let me die?
Yeah.
Or leave me alone until I die?
Yeah. That's what we've been reduced to. And maybe that's what we've always been. Maybe there was some spirit at some time when there was, nationality. We have to make sure that we don't get defeated by blah, blah, blah. But we live in a different time. There was a guy on the Twitter that he said he wrote propaganda because it worked in favor of Jesus. And I'm like, how fucking backwards ass retarded are you? That he can say these nasty things, but then I told him he was a bad father, and I don't think he, because that's what you're putting in the world for your kid. That's the bug's eye view that a child gets. You think you're doing better than anybody else throughout history, but you don't understand them because all you want to do is argue against them? Maybe you're doing the same exact thing. Do you even know? What is anything in that case? Right?
Yeah, where's the value?
It has been a whole bunch of, we were fractured from the beginning because there were a lot of things to learn. And you only had so much time. So it died with you. You had people you passed it down to. They got better, they got worse. Right now, everybody's just getting worse. Nobody knows how to do shit anymore. That weird class of like, I don't know what to call them generally. The ones that they weren't the people who ran the countries like Rome, Greece, but they had money. They had they made the families that were able to make the decisions and for their own selves.
Like
they had nice things.
Aristocracy kind of thing?
Yeah. They didn't plant. They had people planting shit for them. But now nobody can afford to have people doing shit for them. And yet, maybe edit a few videos or whatever. But they don't have like fucking Jake the Snake oil salesman buying a town for everybody he YouTubes with.
Oh, yeah.
Are they paying people to do agriculture? Have something that sustains a society?
No.
That's stupid, right? Because that's what aristocracy was. That's where food for people came from. What's his name? Odysseus in that story. I know it was just a story, but that's how people lived. He had acres and acres of grain fields and shit. Cows, fucking. So it's like, what are we doing? We got a whole bunch of people who just sitting around trying to make decisions for whatever they control, you know, be it a bunch of school children or an entire fucking country or a community of people, even a virtual fucking group of people who have some sort of control over somebody, some peoples who interact with them. But nobody's making anything. There's a lot of, like, destruction, a lot of more fracturing, but nothing's coming back together. So, the point is that people had to pass things down. Families of, you know, aristocracy or whatever. I guess if you won, if you had you know, your family survived, that was survival then. And now people think that everything's just different because somebody's now controlling how all of that is run. You know, what really is this all about? So people can't do all the things, so you have groups of people doing different things, and I forgot why I was talking about that, but whatever.
So your friend
Creating and not and destroying, I guess. Nothing is going on. Nobody's doing anything good. Take your sucrose tablet or whatever.
So your friend's not going in the right direction. Right?
Yes, but nobody is. But specifically, like, what do I do about the friend? I don't, like, this is a good thing to, like, see the world for what it is. It's not just ignoring it and just going on with it. So you have the power to control yourself and your surroundings because you're just doing things that you need to do to survive. Like, I gotta have a job for my kid, gotta have a job for my kid. Okay, why are you even bringing that up? You know, because I'm not even there yet. And, like, oh, people just always taking my words. And so you have this power to see things that are bad, and you can have that power that you use to make things good, to have more fucking power to, you know?
Yeah, the ladder upwards. Right?
Yeah. I don't know what to say, though. Because I don't, it's good, and she's obviously in some ways stronger than me in, like, the physical world, because I couldn't bear to go to college all this time. There is, like, a strength that she forced herself to have, and now she can, you know, use it for the betterment of her kid. If you had the capability to put yourself through this much, then hey, guess what? Here's another challenge for you. Do that with your boyfriend. Use that same energy to, oh, I just gotta get shit done. Just get shit done. Learn to understand your anger instead of, well, he does it to me. You know, there's a deeper story there. Why don't you just challenge yourself to understand yourself? We never really get to, I guess, go that far. Yeah, and it's always, I don't think she realizes, and it's like, oh, do I just deal with it? Or, hey, because we can be lovers and friends, we can find the best way to utilize the short amount of time we have together. And all these sad stories you're telling me when, you know, they could be good stories are, like, fucking killing me. And the things that I go through are because everybody's doing the same thing you're doing to me right now. Just declaring war wherever you want, basically. But I'm happy, you know, doing the thing that I can't declare war on, or I don't want to declare war on, or... You know, it's not... War is a bad thing. To understand yourself and shit is... Oh, so that love thing. It's like, how do you know what that love feeling is that you got with your boyfriend and not your husband? Or, I guess, yesteryear husband. Am I right, fellas? Do you want to change positions or something, sweet boy? Looking like you got fingerless gloves. That spark is, as I see it, as I see everything, sometimes not gonna happen. You know? If there's not there's a reason that it happens, because you're still feeling that innocent love thing and that cute boy, you know, explosion in your head and your heart that MTV fucking manipulated. Sweet boy. Oh. Now my ears or his ears are so close to my mouth. Whisper. It could be because you want to feel something right now, or maybe you shut yourself off and you didn't do that for other people, or maybe it's because you met your husband when you were a teenager, or close to being a teenager, and it was after a bunch of bad relationships and this and that, and you both kind of coasted through your relationship.
Lots of reasons.
Yeah.
You didn't experience the spark.
Why is it an expectation that for him to do something and not her to, like, where did she ask herself where she fit in this stuff? Because there's a lot of things that I don't know about it, because there's so many years to... But there was a lot, like, he's still my best friend. No, he's not, because, you know, you're not, you know, talking and, you know, being there for each other. It's like... that best friend feeling is something she obviously holds on to. That could have been the thing that draws the love towards her. It's just a different ladder, but the same climb up. You know, not for nothing, I do believe that's the time where we were on pretty much a bunch of drugs, because she came over to talk to him on Xbox Live. And nervous, and like, I think we were like we were drinking and probably doing pills or something. So a lot of those feelings, you gotta spend a lot of time fucking thinking about who you are and who you were, fucking all for as long as you've existed or been aware of your existence. And that's a fucking journey that you can see in someone's words, I think, and see in someone's face or whatever. Words. Face, I don't think would say. Hey, look at my eyes. Do I look like an old soul to you?
Nice stare wife.
And because I don't know, she's not saying the trigger words. Maybe it's just because it's just me. Like I'm looking for myself in people, but it's not. That's not what I'm. It's a bad label. I'm looking for the things that I found that I would expect everyone to, you know. And people get, I get glimpses of stuff here and there, and people just self-realize about their own things and the path that they take to find that stuff. Without blaming fucking Hitler for 9/11, you know what I mean? Once you cross that line, it's like, okay, do you... That's why crazy people are so... They get that realization that something's off with how they perceive the world. It shifts from, this is my perception, to, why is that my perception, or something, you know? Or sometimes not being aware and then having a fear put into them, like Gail.
Mm-hmm.
She was a weird person who just kind of went through life wearing her little swimsuits and, being a kid and an adult, probably in the same swimsuit. She gets introduced to this fucking crazy concept that the world was gonna end, and she's like, ah! So there's a new part of your brain that has been unlocked that you were not fucking prepared for. With everything that it, puts some sort of fear in someone, I would imagine. So the crazy people, I get them to a point, and then I can see when they just go straight into selfish mode, where it's like, now that I've unlocked this part of my brain, and I'm aware that I unlocked this part of my brain, I'm Jesus, or something,
Yeah.
And that I'm Jesus shit shows up in everybody in the world. That, in my friend, by using words that she doesn't understand in the way that she does, communicates a Jesus complex. 'Cause listen, if you tell me that your child is at stage 4 foods, and you expect that communication to be clear to me, and it didn't cross your mind it might not, you're lacking in empathy. You're lacking in a self-awareness, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't have asked that question. Like, hey, does this make sense? What I asked? What the fuck? Stage 4?
Yeah. What?
Like, if I hadn't gone through this process, would I know what stage 4 foods are?
Yeah, like it's just a universal thing now?
Yeah, everybody knows what stage 4 is.
Everybody uses these fucking words and just, oh, you didn't know? Basically, it's actually...
It's ceviche for babies, stage 4.
But you know what it doesn't convey?
The information of what those things are. Like,
yes. Yeah. Because I'm expected to know it. Because why I'm saying something to you, why isn't that powerful enough to just give you all the info or something, But it also doesn't convey what they don't know. There's a confidence there that only comes from not having a lack of confidence. If I'm saying something about a field that I don't understand, and all I know is the definition of something, or that's conveyed in my language. I don't normally, I think, presume to know things that I know nothing about. I just go to how much I know of something, or, you know, and I don't use those big words to convey a simple term, or a simple idea.
Like you're not using stage 4 foods when you're talking about my baby is at the point where they're eating
or
stuff like
fucking
Cheerios
medulla oblongata, you know? It's a part of the body that exists here, instead of saying, you know, whatever. And she does it all the time. I forgot what she said today, but the liver has 4 enzymes, and I'm missing one of them, because, you know, I always think, oh, fuck what doctors say, you know, because they use a language and they make it seem like they know more than you. So why aren't you just telling me that shit? So she wasn't told what a fucking enzyme was. She didn't ask. I'd be like, what the fuck is an enzyme? Like, I'm not leaving here with the information you gave me until you catch me up to speed. Where is this trust so that I don't have to think? Because these things aren't that fucking hard. You know, there's an understanding that you can try to get to. Right? Was that crazy? To at least know what a fucking enzyme is?
No.
Because now, if you know what an enzyme is, you know what it does to or for the liver, and you can see if there's something in the fucking world that gives you that. In food, maybe? I don't know, because that's why I asked her, what's an enzyme? Because I hear it all the time. I don't use it unless we're talking about, and then I'm like, enzymes or something, you know, like, I show my stupidity because it's to be confident in that point in time where you're saying stage 4 foods, you're saying something with those words. It's the two languages going on at the same time, and then they don't see when it gets messed up, when a contradiction happens. It's like, okay, you say, I do this, but you did this. Oh, but was it? Yeah, I guess so, or... Is it... I'm not a liar, and then you lie, and then you freak out about it, and, you know, just defend, and you do that all your fucking life. That says something about you. That tells a story. And it doesn't matter what you tell me, or whoever tells me that story is. That story exists outside of your control, though you may want to try to control it. What gives you that right to try to control it?
That's because you experience it doesn't mean you're the owner of it. The other people were there too.
Yeah. I experienced it too. I was there. And then a pattern emerges when a bunch of people say, hey, this is my experience. What are the similarities? But nobody's doing that. So we're never going to know anything about what we have in common. They're using the same fate of fracturing. They, the Geluminati, the whoever, the Gelatonami. They're using these people because evil is just evil. You don't have to really even think about it because your body will do it for you. what do we learn? You know, how do we learn to lie? Or it's like, oh, so I feel fear and I'm in trouble. He did it. You know, there's instances of children learning how to get out of things that are the same way that politicians try to get out of things, you know? So, if it looks like a baby and shits in its pants like a baby... to be under the thumb of fucking giant babies is infuriating to me. And it should be fucking infuriating, but people gotta be not so stupid because they're being those fucking babies themselves. My friend is... I know fucking shit is hard, but maybe all it would take is just having some honesty time with yourself. Not zoning out. I'm not thinking about these things. I'm thinking about my daughter. But listen here, biatch. It's important for you to have that time. Even if you're spending it with your kid, if you could, instead of in your head thinking about these and mowing it over, here's the best idea. Do it with your boyfriend. So that you're not just directly giving all your energy to your daughter or, you know, whatever. She's experiencing you outside of that relationship with her. Because that is another view, and I know that view isn't going to be great. But it could, and if they do that, they could find a sense of togetherness. They would have to. If they knew, if they could just accept that that would be the best thing, to take 1 fucking hour to... I would have to give them maybe somewhere to start. Or...
have them... You could talk to them for an hour? Is that what you're saying?
No, if they just talk to each other for an hour and have their kid. That is how you make a good relationship. If you're not working in that direction, you're not working in that direction. You can't tell me that certain things you tell me, they're just not true. They're actually not fucking true. Actually. That should be a porn star name. So fucking dirty.
Actually.
I don't know, did that... There's probably none of this is gonna make any sense.
Did you get to your point? That you wanted to get to?
What was that? Oh.
Because you didn't tell me what you wanted to
guess.
What your point was. You just said, don't let me forget it.
No, that's not what actually... I guess what the best point to make is I struggle knowing what's best and then being able to communicate it. Like, I have to sell it to... Because people just say, leave me alone until I die. What are they spending their time doing? Fucking being in a bunch of different kinds of cults. It's the cult of whatever the fuck I want. And I have to convince people to I don't know, because that's it's like forcing the conversation. bring them. No, because the chaos, they will always choose the chaos. If I give them the opportunity, and that's hours and hours and hours, and just getting like one word in, you know? Because how do I, when my friend says something that I don't have any, like, wow, that sucks. Like, then I just go to generic responses to everything, and that defeats the purpose. So it's like, it's gotta be like a quick pitch fucking, hey,
Yeah.
But then, like, I'm insulting their character, but I guess the opportunity to see someone who isn't always just pushback, or not caring, or no walking in my direction. There's not been, like, a single person who's just, whatever it is, I'm gonna keep walking in your direction. It's usually and I try to, but no. Because that if the longer the conversation goes on, the longer it's like trying to bring me in their direction. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think they know, because sometimes it's like crazy shit. Or like, I think like they don't. That's how I found out that people don't have a distinction between the law of the universe and the law of man. They can't distinguish what separates the laws that man makes, even if it's an unwritten law. Fuck the politics of it. Even just, oh, that's a nasty word to say, or whatever.
Yeah.
Versus what the universe has inevitably happened. What inevitably happens to us because we exist in the universe. For instance, gravity. If I jump, I will be back down on the ground. And having hurt, being as a child, having your first memory of hurt, either getting yelled at or falling and nobody coming to, or your first feeling of loneliness, a bad feeling like that and how it affects you fucking all the way up till now. You're like, I don't feel anything. Oh, I've been hurt before. I've learned to tune things out. All of that shit is just still the same thing. It's just still that original hurt. Whenever it was inevitable, it was gonna fucking happen. And your reaction to now that exposure of fucking hurt is completely defining everything that you think you fucking are. You're making up fucking rules wherever you fucking go. So, law of man, I'm my own person. I get to make decisions, and I know this, and I just want to be happy, and blah blah blah. Law of the universe, you fucking hurt, and you're reacting to it. And chances are, depending if you're listening to me right now, or you existed 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, everybody had different ways to deal with that hurt. Religion, folklores, all this shit, and everybody's like, so then it goes back into the system of, what did these people mean about all this shit, you know? What did they experience? Did they really see a fucking ghost? No, motherfucker, maybe they just missed someone really fucking bad, you know? Don't think about that. Now they have a new box that you can try to talk to fucking ghosts with. Let's not talk about the essence of fucking death and seeing someone with eyes that imagine, or with attached to a thing that imagines. let's try to really go deeper into finding where this fucking ghost is and what kind of measurement do we take to find one definitively. And let's keep fucking bullshitting that, oh, well, EM fields and blah, blah, blah. You don't even know if ghosts are fucking energy. You probably just read it from someone else who fucking bullshitted you.
You can't bounce the reflection off of anything. Because if you reflect anything, that ghost stuff will come back and it'll deflate itself. So it's like,
yeah,
you can't,
but you'll understand the ghost shouldn't be. It's the journey it's the friends we make along the way. Understanding why ghost is even a lore to begin with. That has to be the reflection. That has to be a thought. It can't just be, ooh, spooky, let's fucking drink beer and have a ghost camera and shit, you know? You're gonna die one day. Are you curious about that? Trevor Moore was, and now he's fucking dead, you know? Even he had that spirit box fucking person on the thing. Weird, complete fucking circle for Trevor Moore. I've never seriously felt sad when somebody died that I don't know, you know? There's like existential things that make me sad, but that existential thing is like even closer now for some reason, you know? It's like tears. It's my tier list. Write that down, Tommy. We can do a tier list, okay? Iceberg, whatever.
Iceberg lettuce makes you cry.
We should do it like, instead of having the iceberg, we should just make it lettuce and just divide it into, maybe have pictures of like grilled lettuce, that romaine that got cut in half. That's tier 2. Damn, look, I'm bleeding.
What happened?
I don't know. Cat must have got me or something, or maybe I had a scab from another time the cat got me.
Leg? Where are you?
Yeah, it's just on my leg.
Oh, okay.
It's not my pussy or my butthole or my eyes or my ears or my nose. That my mouth.
Don't got the dogma where.
Oh, the
stigmata.
Dogmata. Iceberg lettuce. The tier list. Deaths that have affected me, right? And talking about like, or sad stories about those people, like make it sad, like Tommy, for example. Robin Williams, talk about how the cookie crumbled, you know, and like the anger that, or the very top of the iceberg lettuce, Chester Benderfield. He fucking Chester Benderfield. It's not Chester the Molester, Linkin Park. Chester the Molested. See? They're in our lives. Tom Sizemore. They're in our lives and they become the jokes, but they also become the feelings. That got a lot of anger towards Bennington.
Yeah.
Because you have money and you have power, and you had tools to defeat the people that you fucking bitch about. You know?
You kill yourself and fuck over your daughter.
Yeah.
And your wife.
Yeah. And like that leaves a fucking hole in the world. It's like, oh, did you not think what would happen when you did that? Like, did you think, oh, people will remember me like this? You know, there will be memorials and all my weirdo girl fans. She knows that there's weirdo girlfriend fans or weirdo girlfriends.
Girlfriends.
Girlfriend. Tom Sizemore, it's like seen him as a kid on like the fucking pretend Dr. Drew show, or celebrity rehab, making money off of not dealing with issues. It's these rehabs are always like fucking China rehabilitation camps. People don't realize that just because China is a little more physically violent doesn't mean that these places aren't being emotionally fucking violent. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, and people are like, I don't like this, you just make me want to fucking die, So, he's also like a dickhead, but Tom Sizemore. No, he's not. Trevor Tom Sizemore. Or Demi Tom Sizemore. rather. We could put her on there. She probably died at one point, and at least on the inside. The day she fucking flirted with how broken are you to get with like a teenager, however fucking old coocher.
She got famous for being so slutty.
Yeah, every striptease and that one, you want to get fucked. Like, everything she did was nasty. Was it worth it, Demi? Demi the Bremy?
Demi whore?
Ooh. Trevor Demi Hormore. No, Demi Hormore.
Demi Hormore. There's a score of Demi Hormore.
Demi Hormore. Listen. So, what is nobody understands life. Everybody, death is something that people don't factor into what they're doing or talking about. And they are meanwhile, that language of death is still there, and what they're saying to that death is, leave me alone until I die. It's like, hey, maybe there's a heaven. I don't know. Fuck them. Getting angry about stupid things. It's like, oh, so you're wasting your time. Leave me alone until I die. We could do something.
This seems better.
Oh, fucking kick punch everything. Just kidding, I want to fucking do a bunch of heroin and just feel euphoria. I'm closer to God, man. Not really, that's just an excuse to do heroin and feel good. Everybody wants to have the incentive. How do you think cults are made? They're incentivized. Hey buddy, you down? Fucking we'll teach you how to fucking levitate. I don't know what people are doing these days. Or the cult is already like consumed people for years. And you exist now as, oh, this is just how life is. What if you discover the cults close to you, you discover all the cults inside your mind, the things you do to other people to be cult-like, and it just turns into, what are the two, either you are or you aren't, or one
of those title things, 10 ways to deprogram yourself to save you a financial buckle.
Oh my goodness, could we do that right now? We'll get Jay Leno, or who's that? David Christensen.
But you say somebody's name.
Arsenio Hall, but he's got buck teeth. Or fuck. He does it. He does the Beavis and Butthead. Okay.
Okay.
They did a thing with a late night talk show guy. He's like does like this. He's wiggling his fingers with a pencil. It's like top 10 reasons.
Letterman?
Yes. Letterman. Can we do that 10 thing now, or would we really have to think about it? Or we do like 4 things maybe. Can we think about it? What's the question? And see if it's a thing that we can think about.
Like come up with the question, or like you want me to just repeat what I said?
Yeah, repeat what you said.
The top 10 ways to deprogram yourself to save a financial bundle. I think the route I went.
That would take a lot of work. It's not, well, we wouldn't, the financial thing, I don't know, I wouldn't know how to even begin with that. Ooh, like, does there need to be an explanation, or can the top 10 things explain what the top 10 thing is? Can the things inside the top 10 describe?
Yeah, I think so. If you like the first part of that question,
like
the top 10 things.
Top 10 things to save you a financial bundle. Don't get divorced or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe
work on your relationships so you don't get divorced.
Yeah. Something like that. I'm trying to think. Oh, damn it. It's gone. But what's another one? Quick. What is this? This is a sesh. A sesh. A test. When people sit around and they're like spitball shesh.
This is supposed to be brainstorming.
Yeah. If you have a bunch of kids and land, it's real easy to make your own food, so you save a bunch of money. Like, you get a bunch of child workers or something funny.
Optimize profits.
Yeah, a fucking, yeah, because there's
Work for no one.
If you're not paying them, you could still make them work because they're your kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't
start a business and get free workers. So you gotta have kids.
Mm-hmm. That means you have to make your wife happy. Because that's how the boners are controlled. I mean, you could also rape her, but rape costs a lot of money these days.
That leads to divorce. And
yeah,
that's the number one rule you don't fucking break. That's how you don't save no money if you divorced.
It's turning into almost like a Fight Club thing. Because isn't there one rule that falls from another rule? Or maybe it's just you don't talk about. You do talk about. You gotta talk about the Trevor more you interact with the person you're around, the Trevor more you understand about yourself and that person. Swirly pencil. So, what do people just avoid talking to each other, you think? So that They don't
Small talk
fight.
is-
Small talk is so stupid. You gotta press those buttons. You gotta get in. You gotta dig. Like Dig Dug. You gotta dig to get the juicy alligator.
The fermenting rambukins.
Mmm, that was tasty. They're like little Pokemon. They look like they could be little Pokemon.
Yeah,
Rambukin.
I'm the Rambukin.
But sometimes they dank because they're a little pointy. They could like dangle from people's junkus. And they're cute little balls. Because they're little tricksters. They get you drunk. So how do I... What?
I wonder if you could get enough of those things to make
I would fucking imagine. Yeah, I love like searching for the flavor in them. You know, that like... Because it's so mellow, but like, it's like, hey, am I almond? Am I coconut? Am I grape? It's fun. Sometimes that combination is like with the almond is like a little cherry-like, because with the coconut and the almond is kind of, I don't know, like things that usually go together when you like bake stuff or drink stuff.
Yeah, I got you.
Coconuts are already a little almondy, I guess. Oh, cherry and almond go together. Coconut and cherry go together. That's what I mean. This. Get drunk. Party hard. You should probably have a snack. But how do let's in honor of Trevor Moore, let's try to fix all the world's problems right now.
All right.
Like what is the solution? What is the solution for my friend? Because here's the thing. Maybe in her perspective, she may think that I just think I know everything, and it's like, oh, I don't have time. But it's like, in a context, if I could pressure her to be like, you do, you know? And like, just take the time to excite. It's not for me to decide. It's if I can convince her that I have the pathos, the logos, and the ethos, all fucking three coming together to create one definitive thing. Wrong direction. Always move in the right direction. In the best direction. Here's the problem.
Okay.
Emotional maturity. Versus of two people. And its effect and how to communicate best with each other. Because say, other party, he doesn't really have control. She, because we're talking now, has the more control over herself. Before there are issues, talking about certain things together.
Uh-huh.
And getting to the root of what each other doesn't like about each other. And establishing that because there was a connection, and because there can still be a connection, and because there is a connection, past, present, future. What a coincidence. With baby being a physical present, I mean, present is the best present thing is a thing that exists in time with you that is physical, not just an idea or... So, made it together. Let's experiment and do the best thing for baby, which is being the best couple they can together. Right?
Yeah.
Could there be any argument to that being a goal?
Why would that not be the best thing? Because family
gets in the way of doing drugs. Well, they don't do that. They both claim, allegedly, to love baby and see love, allegedly, because this is only her talking to me, telling both sides. But I believe her. It's not, accusatory or anything. It's just, I can't say I know something for sure. They both are, I don't know how to say, good parents. They're both, they both see that each other loves the child, I guess is the best way to say that.
Yeah.
So, if one believes all the crazy things I say, the best way to love a child is to have the best relationship with the person you had the child with. And the best way to do that is to spend time understanding each other. So maybe that hard stuff doesn't need to happen right away. Like, say why you don't like each other or whatever, or work it out that way. If you love and you want what's best, the best thing to do is when you're spending time with your kid, at least time all three. I guess to say it like a fucking caveman. And learn and try to understand yourself in that moment with them, and dip into each other, talk about, I don't know, your feelings with yourself, with them, or it shouldn't just be about, oh, how was your day? It should be about, we're trying to find love, so that should motivate the conversation, right?
Yeah.
That there's a very dark spot there, because I don't have that experience to know what would happen. I would have to be like, hey, how'd it go, and then see where to go from there, because I know my situation, but I also know the amount of energy that I put into keeping us together. The measurements that I've had to take while you just kind of danced around in your little fucking ballerina tutu. Because I'm trying to figure out life, and now we exist together, and now I have to figure out life for both of us, kind of thing. Or understand our connection without just getting that information from you, and working as a team as opposed to just witnessing the chaos around me.
There's definitely been a lack of participation.
I know she won't have that problem, I think, because, like, he'll even mutter things under his breath.
He'll say nasty shit under his breath?
Yeah, when, like, there's not even, everything was going fine, you know? And that's not something that you've done. Like, there's this need to express. He sings, you know? There's a pattern of a desire to, when he gets angry, he goes into the car and sings.
So it's like, yeah, sure, I'll go get you a glass of water, you bitch. Like that kind of thing, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
When things are going fine.
Yeah.
So are they really going fine?
Well, no, obviously not, but it's the plateau fucking, it's the plains that they're happening in, I guess. Apparently there was some, but so she was saying that these things would be happening, and it's like, well, we gotta get rid of that shit, you know? So I gave her some things that I thought, you know, to try.
Yeah.
And they seem to have worked, but there's a maintenance, you know, that has to be, it's a direction that you're moving. So if things are good and things like that aren't happening, but now you're not feeding that fire with the coals of fucking work and love, now he's, you know, kind of just done Tom Dunmore. And she's not burrowing herself in him as women do, I think. I mean, maybe there's been a trying. She has been giggly, like, yeah, we had, you know, we got kinky or something. Or we got lovey. But there's conversation now that it can't just be, okay, we did enough, so let's just maintain this. It's like, well, you were an asshole to me, so those bad things always will come back up. So there always has to be this work for better and more, and sharing. There's a point where you should get to share how things felt when you get out other people's languages. Problem with her, she uses other people's language to talk to him, and it ends up...
She does that for her job. Her
Yeah.
job is...
Yeah.
Her whole... Isn't her whole life kind of been like that since she's planned
Yeah,
everything out?
her career is her identity, and most people who exist in the world fucking do that. So it's not even just, none of this is singling friend out. This is common fucking traits in everybody, everywhere. They put on their face, and sometimes they only have one face, so they don't know that it's, you know.
Sometimes again, no face wife.
Sometimes they have no face. Sometimes they take their face off and give it to John Travolta. Or I don't think he gave it to him. I think John Travolta took Nicolas Cage's. Yes, stole his face. No, somebody stole both of their faces. Who fucking cares? They swapped face swap.
I think that's I think there's a Val Kilmer one that's called that.
Might have to look that up. That might be interesting. That might be the boringest fucking thing ever. It's always hit and miss. Yeah, and he doesn't like that. He feels like he's being controlled by the man, by the people that he tries to avoid going to doctors or, you know, going to people. He doesn't want people in his fucking business. Maybe to a detriment sometimes, but look at the fucking world, you know?
Yeah.
So, when you have a language of someone else's to describe all these things,
yeah,
whose language are you using when there isn't words in that language for the things that you're saying or want to say? Or the things that you have to understand? That language doesn't have words to describe.
Agree, I guess. You label them as wrong things. Everybody says what it is.
That is a thing that happens, yeah. I'm trying to even, like, what... I would imagine for her, there's, like, you know, you're an asshole kind of thing that comes out. When you've exhausted the options, maybe that's when the fisticuffs come out, or whatever. Maybe... I don't know. But there's a dynamic that can be untangled. People don't like some things, and just because somebody's being asshole to you doesn't mean you're not feeding that fire, because you're doing the thing that makes them feel like you're being an asshole. For you, it was different because just everything I could be an asshole doing anything. I'm an asshole when I tell you that I'm in pain and I want a response or something, you know? So it's hard to... When it gets that personal, it's like, boing! Because apparently, like, he... can, so I don't really understand, like, dudes a little bit. He can, like, bounce back from that or something, or maybe there's something else, some layers that, you know, aren't being understood, you know?
Yeah.
But those things, if they... Because apparently they had a very nice relationship in the beginning, like, talking and, you know, being lovey-dovey, you understand me, and there's a way to get back to that, and a lot of things that she thought were bad, she said that they've been proven false. You know, he is trying to get a job or whatever, and this and that and the other thing, and, you know, he stopped doing this, or... And now there's... not only not trying to move in the direction together or towards each other or whatever with the time, his daughter is a problem, which is, it kind of like, it really rang alarm bells in my head. Or his daughter and not her daughter.
Okay, the other 18-year-old, 20-year-old,
yeah,
something that lives with him.
Yeah.
The daughter there is a problem for who?
My friend. It's a problematic situation, but
okay,
she addressed it as something that is a problem that she's having.
Okay.
Because it's like, you know, why is she here doing nothing? And this is a therapist, right? Or a caseworker or whatever, talking. And there are very serious cases of mistreatment that this kid had by her mother. Her mother, you know, did drugs or something, and now she's either slow or she doesn't want to do things. Like, she's having this problem that will happen to all people and children that is happening. Like, who am I? What is the point? Why suffer? You just brought me to this world to fucking suffer? This kid was mom's, apparently, allegedly, tried to, like, kill her. You know, pushing herself, taking drugs, pushing herself into things. So, now that's not only that kid's problem, but that's also boyfriend's problem. That there's this memory, this hole, that this woman who I had a child with did this to me.
Yeah. Which is a terrible experience in itself, and then now there's a daughter who's a forever representation of...
Yeah. And this is a contradiction, and I don't know if she would be fucking angry about this or not, because there's a contradiction that these people matter, that you're getting paid to give advice to, or whatever, counseling to. But this girl is a part of your family insofar as you've decided to be with boyfriend and have a child with him. It's just going to be a bad relationship for the rest. What can be done? Maybe is there a way to think, maybe if you're sitting with, what's his face? And with your daughter and seeing that this is someone else's daughter, it's not your daughter, but you're an adult third person, she's bug's eye view of you too. You're sleeping in the same bed as her father. Or, I guess, you know, I don't know if they are.
You're in the same house?
But obviously, my dad's dick was in you because you made a baby. How about that? How does that make a kid whose mother didn't love her feel? How do we talk about that when you're like, she better go get a fucking job? She doesn't want fucking life. She wants Minecraft or Roblox or something. And I get that. I told you that, you know, bringing my mother to the hospital, I was like, hey, let me borrow $5 to get Mass Effect. That's how I met you. But that's significant in my life. So to just force these thoughts on a child versus like, oh, these people, they're poor people doing drugs, doing rehab. It's like, well, how are you really performing your job then?
Yeah.
What is the...
Where an area that should matter more than your occupation, you're not.
There are people with problems that you went to school to have solutions for.
Yeah. You're not.
Do those not translate to life as well? Because it's hurting boyfriend, he doesn't like it. I don't fucking like it, you know? Stage 4 foods. It's like, who are you to tell me that foods are divided the way some retard fucking told you they were? So stage 1 or whatever is like from newborn to like 4 months, and then you don't breastfeed them anymore. I'm hearing people like I stop at in some shit I was watching about British life. They're like 9 months was traditional or some shit, or 6 months maybe. I've heard lots of things from different fucking people, you know? So get butt out. And that's kind of like butting in, and she doesn't even know how much that butts in. And it's like, what do I do? She listened to me about fucking actually. I was like, actually is, you know, fucking, where's the information? Where's the beef?
I thought you said she did that one time, but then the next time.
No, yeah, but the point is that she accepted what I had to say and didn't like, and she's like, maybe you're onto something, kiddo, you know? And then when I talked to her and she did it like 4 times in a row, and she was like, I told myself I wasn't good. But things are
actually bad.
Things are actually bad. It's like everything sucks though. Things suck for you because there's a reason that they suck, and knowing all those things can motivate you to look at your daughter and look at your potential stepdaughter. Look at a sad girl in the world. So what? She's a little smelly and she's lazy. Guess what? Was she like the oldest child of... There's 2 younger ones, and they're both gonna move in the same... The second one is moving in the same direction. The first one might be, I forgot. But she's very clingy to my friend. Because she needs love. You remember the girl who was living with us for a while with her parents?
Uh-huh.
There's...
any love she can get.
And I can't, like, I don't see a way to, like, cling to a